What's up, guys? Welcome back. A quick shout out to Zakeem and More Apparel. Thanks for the sweater. I've been having it for a while. Haven't had a chance to really rock it, but it's cold for California standards. And I got all my windows open because I'm about to roast and I don't want the machine to hotbox the apartment, because the first time I did that, alarms are going off, maintenance rolled up thinking the apartment was on fire. So I had to do things, keep fans on and all that stuff. So it's gonna be a little noisy video, but overall, what I'm doing today is taking you through the process of how I roast these beans, and maybe you learn something out of it. So I have the machine preheating. So what I do in between that time is I start separating my beans to reach up to 2 pounds, and then I pour it in there.
Challenge.
Okay, now I'm ready to pour in my 2 pounds and pretty much let the system run its course while I keep an eye on it to make sure that the beans are good to go. So this is the first batch, and I'm doing an overlay. So like my previous roast, I'm basically like taking the guesswork of how I want it. But this time around, I basically want to extend it a little bit longer, because the Brazilian Cerrado, if you cook it too fast, you're not gonna get a good taste or a good flavor note. So this time around, I'm gonna just add a little bit more heat towards the end, kind of like drag it on, because I'm doing a slow roast on this. So initially I had it at 15 minutes, but I'm gonna see maybe take it up to like 17 and see how that builds in like a nice flavor, because it has like a roasted almond and milk chocolate flavor notes, and I think it was too light the last time I had. What I'm having an issue with, and this is something that I've had an issue since I've started roasting, is hearing the first crack. Like visually, you can see it when it goes from green to yellow, then yellow to brown, and then brown to like black if you're roasting real like a dark roast. But it's hard for me to catch the first crack. And when I was using the Be More 600 or 600 or the Be More, whatever that machine was, my first machine, you could hear a lot more, and I guess it's because it was less equipment, the drum wasn't so loud. And though this machine is quiet compared to, I guess, other machines, it's harder for me to hear the actual first crack. And the first crack is kind of a determination of when you're entering like that light roast, and you gotta dial it in there, because if you let it go and the second crack ends up happening, you kind of ruin your roast if it happens right away. So there's like a give depending on the bean that you have. So it's like 7 minutes to about 10-minute mark. There is like some moment there where you got to really pay attention on how light or dark your roast is gonna be. So if you see this right here, right around anywhere from the 10-minute to about the 12-minute mark, it starts to beep, and then like every few minutes after that, it'll do the same thing. And what that is a dead man switch or dead man trigger. So basically, if the temperature is at a certain point and you don't press that, it automatically shut off. It's a safety, like a safety switch, so you don't burn down your location. But it's very smart, but this like really demands your attention when you're roasting. After a while, you get used to it, you stick around. I work on some beats or do stuff on the computer, but at the end of the day, I'm close to the machine to make sure that it doesn't overheat or, set on fire. basically I made 11 pounds. The way I seal it, I basically just put the top on, crack the lid open, and push the top down, kind of get any air out of there. And then I let it sit for about 3 days to about 5 days to degas. And in between, I'll just crack it open, let some air out. And basically, within that time frame, you're gonna develop those flavor notes that you have when you're drinking your coffee. So like I said, roasted almond, milk chocolate. So it takes a couple days, but the difference is night and day when you get something fresh versus something that's store bought. And you know, sometimes you're in a bind and you gotta buy something from the store, but not saying this just for myself, but buy locally, buy from a roaster that's close to you, because if you really want to enjoy good coffee, get something that's roasted more recent than something that's been sitting on a shelf for the last few months. So this will probably have like a good shelf life of maybe like a month, give or take. I mean, it's a small batch. I only made 11 pounds because the wind was pulling the smoke back into the apartment, so it looked like I had a smoke machine in here. So that's pretty much it. This is the process of me roasting from beginning to end. There's little things that I could have done, but it's kind of hard to kind of like work on the camera and then work on the machine. Normally, like I have everything set, and then I'm just making a beat or something, but it's stuff that doesn't pull me away. And I don't like being too far, like, not that this apartment is big, but I don't like being too far from the machine where I can't reach the kill switch to keep roasting. You know, nobody wants to lose a good batch of beans because you're away from it and you can't get to it fast enough. So that's it. This is pretty much the process, and thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I'll have more stuff, and you guys can order below if it's up. Yeah, I don't know, but anyways, thank you guys for watching, and good vibes.